Well, it's a great evening here at Knowles Field, located on the campus of the University of Pacific in Stockton, California. Jeff Dominic with you. Thank you very much for joining us for this men's soccer matchup featuring the UC Davis Aggies and the University of Pacific Tigers. UC Davis coming in at 3-2, and they actually have lost a couple of matches in a row, both of them against West Coast Conference opponents. A 1-0 loss against San Diego, and then that was on the 13th of September, and then on the 15th against LMU, another 1-0 defeat. Tigers will go from left to right wearing the orange jerseys, black shorts, Pacific across their back, and black lettering and black numbers. The Tigers coming in at 2-3, just coming off of a victory against CSU Bakersfield. That was a 1-0 victory, and in the 66th minute, it was a Anthony Orndane deflection, unassisted goal that deflected off of the goalkeeper and then on into the back of the net. We'll give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting UC Davis Aggies is Jose Angel Reyes. Just took an attempt that went just wide left along the back post. For the Aggies, they're led by head coach Dwayne Schaefer. He's in his 23rd season. Associate head coach Jason Hodling, as well as assistant coach Justin Wright. Justin Wright in his first season. Hodling in his 15th season with the Aggies. In goal, Wallace Lapsley. Defensively, it'll be Max Glasser, Sean Bilter, as well as Nabi Kibagunki and Jake Hopt. In the middle, Connor Tipton, Marte Fornico, Andy Velasquez, Alex Arfston, and the forward Robert Mejia, as well as Adam Mickelson. For the Tigers, led by head coach Adam Reeves in his first season, have Ethan Bondre in goal. Defensively, Brady Graff, Emery Rappaport, Charles Brua, as well as Jose Angel Reyes. Free kick upcoming and quickly trying to get away. Charles Brua just got hit, and it'll be a foul on the Aggies. Also, Anthony Orndane will be in the back, but also he can play as a forward. Derek Roque forward as well. Jonathan Rico Contreras, the forward midfielder. And Ryan Herr, midfielder for the Tigers, as well as the man that's wearing the captain's band, the senior Andreas Haralambos, a midfielder for the Tigers. Just entering the first, or actually we're in the third minute. Tigers with possession. The last game against CSU Bakersfield, Tigers held a lot of the possession time as well as had a lot of shots on goal. Last couple of games, they've had a couple of really tough breaks. As defensively, the Aggies will go and throw one out, or knock one out of possession, or for a throw-in for the Tigers. Tigers once again going from left to right. Aggies wearing the all-white blue sleeves, blue numbers. Rappaport will shift the offense to the near side. Brua and then back to Rappaport. Just about the 35, and then we'll get it into Brady Graff. Graff right at the circle. Pretty amazing how quickly the field will change. We were looking at it just on Monday, and there was a big brown spot right in the middle, and it was just a lot of recent rain that really made the field condition look a little differently. Now, as you look at it now, it's has a lot more green, and it looks really nice for this contest. Throwing upcoming for the Tigers. Just quickly looking to see who's going to be throwing it in. Actually, looks like it's going to be Jonathan Rico Contreras that'll throw it in as he'll get it in towards Rappaport. In the middle to her, and back to the captain's Silos. Silos back it out to midfield, give it to Rappaport. Jonathan Rico Contreras heads it high in the air towards Ryan Herr, back tapped by the Aggies. Then we'll push it forward to Jonathan Rico Contreras, back to Silos. Silos will get it over towards Jose Angel Reyes. Reyes settles it at his feet. A 1v2. We'll back it all the way out to George Charles Brua. Brua will get it towards the goalkeeper, Ethan Bondre, and then will allow the Aggies to push back forward. Haralambos will turn and give it back up to Rappaport and shift it inside towards Brady Graff. Graff will push it forward. And the defensive line for the Aggies will get it towards the goalkeeper, and an ill-advised knock out of bounds by Lapsley. Allow the Tigers to go ahead and throw it in. Tigers will go towards the far side. Rappaport. And launching it forward, Jose Angel Reyes tries to get it over towards his side. And right before it goes out of bounds, a good job by the Aggies to keep it in play. Gives it up to Brua. Before they can get it up towards Brua, it'll go towards Tipton. Tipton will back it off towards the defensive line and knock it out of bounds by Jonathan Rico Contreras. Right towards where Bilter was standing. Bilter will throw it in for the Aggies. Headed out by Jose Angel Reyes. Bilter once again will throw it in. So the third straight opponent for the Aggies will facing a WCC opponent. That will go out of bounds. Aggies were looking for a foul. A chance to referees in the middle. Devlin Creighton, assistant referee 1, Mike Kampmeinert, and Peter Hansen, the assistant referee 2. The alternate, Luis Ordaz. Tigers were starting with the kickoff. It's going towards earlier before the game got started. I happened to kind of talk to Jonathan Jimenez. Haven't seen him for a few games. Actually injured his hand in that game against Oregon State and has basically not played the last 3.5 games. Briefly talking to him and along with the trainer. And sounds like he's going to be ready to go here shortly, though, which will be a big boost, not just himself, but into the confidence for himself, but also helping out to his teammate. As we know, Jonah has a lot of talent. There's going to be a foul on the Aggies. Derek Roque was trying to get possession, and he was held. But everyone seems to be excited to have Jonah back. Haralambos stood with the free kick, and we'll give it up to Graff. Graff will get it back to the backside of the circle in Tiger territory. Up to Rappaport. Rappaport will push it forward towards Ryan Herr, and it'll be a pass that will be taken away by the Aggies. A nice tackle by Haralambos, and we'll be giving it away to gives it to Ryan Herr an opportunity. On the far side is Anthony Orndane. Orndane with lots of speed. With the side of his foot will try and get it over towards Jonathan Rico Contreras, but it'll be taken over by the Aggies. A chest-high pass towards Mejia. I believe they're going to call it a foul on the Tigers. Wanting to play quickly was Arfston, and we'll get it up towards his teammates. And Off will be Bilter. Bilter was yelling at Arston to turn and go, had plenty of room, and now that allowed the Tigers to not only reshape their defense, but got it back towards the goalkeeper who had sent it deep towards midfield onto the far side. Go the Aggies. A nice tackle by Brady Graff, and it went out of bounds. Last touch by Graff. The throw in upcoming for the Aggies. Midway into Tiger territory. We're in the 11th minute, no score. Good box out by the Tigers. Allowed the Tigers to reshape their defense and will be rewarded with another throw in. That is Roque. Roque will get it in towards her. Her matched up by two Aggies, and Haralambos tried to actually do a good job to just try and get run interference. Haralambos now with the possession, gives it to Graff. Graff with a nice spin move will actually get it to the far side towards Diego Villapadua. Villapadua will get it towards midfield, back it up to Haralambos. Jose Angel Reyes wants a deep pass and will, while he was looking for it, actually was trying to get it to Jonathan Rico Contreras for maybe a double tap and try and get it towards Jose Angel Reyes, but it actually goes too far and it'll go towards the Aggies, and we'll turn it around and we'll go back to the Aggies. Off into the middle, there's going to be a foul on Derek Roque. Tigers are 2-1 at home. Three-man defensive wall as it'll go to the far side by the Aggies. And sending it in towards the box, will go wide left. And Ethan Bondre actually pointing towards his defense, showing that someone should have been right where that ball was landing. Fortunate enough, it'll go out. And it'll be a goal kick, or excuse me, a corner kick upcoming for the Aggies. Line drive goes across the box and headed towards the box, and actually a deflection at the top of the box and booted away by Roque. Will go all the way towards the goalkeeper's side. Lapsley will meet it midway, right around the 35 on the UC Davis Aggies territory. Aggies still with possession, right at midfield, right at the circle. Ryan Herr with a good job boxing out, gives it up to Graff. Graff will step towards his left and have it taken away just for a moment. For it's still lifted high in the air. A push will be called, a foul on the Aggies. Adam Reeves, the head coach for the Tigers in his first season, along with the assistant coach Brian Lanoy and Luis Trejo, his assistant coaches, volunteer assistant coach David Molina. Diego Villapadua will throw it in for the Tigers. And off in towards Roque. Villapadua back with it. And we'll back it off and go all the way back towards midfield with Rappaport. And we will turn and dribble it forward. And an outlet pass. I think he was looking for Roque and went a little too far. Lastly, we'll get it back over towards the near side, towards Bilter. Bilter sends it deep. On the run is Tipton, but it'll go too far. Bondre will just clear it. Heading it is Arston. And right at the top of the box, pushing it is Rappaport. Rappaport will get it to Jonathan Rico Contreras. To Haralambos. Haralambos dekes inside. Might have had a chance to get it to Anthony Orendane. Telegraphed the pass, backed it off, gives it to Jose Angel Reyes. Reyes will give it to Brua. And down to Rappaport, shifting it to the far side. Brady Graff gives it to her right at midfield. Good job by her to stay with it. Her will go towards the near side and go over towards Anthony Orendane. Orendane will wait for Jose Angel Reyes, who will tap it forward. Reyes across the box. Down went Roque, and the coaching staff for the Tigers kind of went up in arms. I just happened to see Roque already down by that time, by the time the pass was set off. '16th minute, no score, only one shot by each team. And Roque's down once again. Once again, throwing a lot of concern was the coaching staff by the Tigers. Haralambos will back it out to Brua. Brua back to Rappaport, shifting it towards the far side. Once again, go the Tigers. Down to Ryan Herr. Herr matched up by two different Aggies. Still stays with it. We'll get it to Anthony Orendane. Orendane had it deflect off his foot and kind of maybe a little bit too hard as it will go towards the Aggies. Bilter gets it past midfield. Off to Arfston. Arfston, long outlet pass, shot, and it'll be actually deflected right at the goalkeeper, Ethan Bondre. A shot by Connor Tipton, the middle for the sophomore from Sonora. Silos will get it back to Brua. CJ, back to Silos. Aggies with a lot of pressure, sending it deep. Anthony Orendane. Orendane will box out, one-on-one to her. Her will get it to Silos, over to Rappaport in Aggie territory, and we'll get it all the way towards Diego Villapadua, all the way on the far side. Diego will dribble it. We'll give it to Graff. Graff will once again back it out and try and shift the balance for the Tigers. It'll be Rappaport will dribble it forward, has a little bit of room, will back it off back to Graff. Graff will send it towards the far side, towards Diego Villapadua. Graff once again stayed with it, but it'll be finally the Aggies will come up with it. That's Mejia that was in the middle will kind of come away with it and get it over towards Bilter. Bilter had it knocked away momentarily, giving it to Arfston. Arfston with it right now. We'll give it to Bilter. Bilter on the near side all the way down deep in Tiger territory. Has it knocked away, and it'll be knocked away last touch by Bilter. A goal kick upcoming for the Tigers here in the 19th minute. No score. Getting it away was Bondre. Give and go with Rappaport. Sending it off into the middle was to Roque. Roque turns around and has a good job. He's going to have a 4-on-3 if they hurry. Get it forward, looking for Jonathan Rico Contreras. Offside will be the call. This little stoppage in time. I think it was Bilter that was tying up his cleats. Correction, that was Velasquez that was tying up his cleats. Being knocked out of bounds. Bad pass by the knocked out of bounds, but a player is down. Could be. Didn't see what it may have happened, but it may have been potentially some cramping up. Lapsley over to check on his teammate, and that could be Nubby Kibanguchi. Taking a quick look, and he's off on. He's walking under his own power. Might have taken an inadvertent shot. I did not. I'm only speculating. Could not see exactly what may have happened, but it just happened to look up, and the referee was signaling that there was a player down. It is Nabi Kibanguchi. No matter how many times you try and practice that, it's still a tongue teaser. So back to field of play. It'll be a throw in. Jose Angel Reyes that will throw it in. The Tigers are proceeding play. They actually had an opportunity to catch the Aggies napping, but the Aggies will get back in. There'll be a injury substitution upcoming here in just a moment as that will get cleared out towards the far side. Rappaport. Caleb Schermacher will actually be the one that will hang on to it. On the near side, that's Jonathan Rico Contreras. He'll clear it into the box. Shot wide right. Anthony Orndane. Schermacher will come in. Schermacher, a sophomore from Sonora, or excuse me, actually from San Clemente, California. Goal kick upcoming for the for the Aggies. Be Lapsley. Lapsley, a 6'5" senior from Seattle. A lofting kick will be headed by Bilter. Bilter, before it's finally settled towards the near side of Jose Angel Reyes, and the whole team actually saying go ahead and get up because they want to apply the pressure on the defensive backs of the Aggies. Off into the near side, Jose Angel Reyes had it Jonathan Rico Contreras had it for a moment before it's deflected, last touched by the Aggies. Bilter will throw it in. Arston down there near side, near us. Be surprised if it actually goes towards Schermacher, just entered, who just received it. Chest-high pass deflected off of Jonathan Rico Contreras, headed knocked forward towards Anthony Orndane, settles it at his feet. We'll push it forward. Roque had an opportunity, gives it to Orndane. Orndane was pushed, keeping the pressure. There's Haralambos. Haralambos deflected off the foot of the Aggies. Ryan Herr will get it to Jose Angel Reyes. Reyes will deke left and get it towards Haralambos. 2v1 into the box, headed around. Shot once again. This time it was by Anthony Orndane. deflected by the defense for the Aggies and knocked away. And it'll be a corner kick upcoming for the Tigers. See who's going to take it. It looks like it's going to be Haralambos. So Silos will take the corner kick from the far side. So it'll be a right-booted from Silos. Silos right at the 6'5" goalkeeper for the Aggies. Pushing it forward. Go the Aggies. Brua will settle it at his feet and send it back towards midfield into Aggies territory. Tigers have shifted up a little bit. They're actually moving. They actually moved Anthony Orndane into the middle. Silos with it will get it for a moment and actually has it towards Graf. Graf gives it to her. Her will charge up. Give it to Roque. Roque will tap it back to her. Her will get it towards the far side. Orndane now over on the far side. Will stop it and will get a try to head it forward towards Jose Angel Reyes, knocked away by the Aggies. Silos intercepts the pass back into the box. Headed away once again by the Aggies. Graf will settle things down and it'll send it back to CJ. Well, give and go between Brua and Graf. Charles Brua, also who they call CJ, with it right now, with his left wrist taped. Brua will turn and start to dribble forward. We'll give it to Rappaport towards the far side. Applying a little bit of pressure is Robert Mejia, a forward for the Aggies, the sophomore from Denera, California. Graf took a tumble. Taken away goes the Aggies. Aggies down to the far side and knocking it out of bounds. A good job. I believe that was Diego Villapaduo that knocked it away with a good tackle. Into the box. Bondre right there waiting for it. So Bondre will roll it towards CJ. And a little 3-on-2 action before giving it up to her off into the midfield. Her will send it deep towards the far side. Orndane will wait for a teammate, and it'll go right to the goalkeeper, Lapsley. Kind of the way that things were kind of forming, I think that Orndane kind of rushed that one. He might have had actually Jonathan Rico Contreras right through the middle and might have set something up a little bit differently, but unable to catch him. Sending it deep was Lapsley, and it will go towards right at the feet of Haralambos, who sends it high in the air right back to the defense to Bilter. Bilter has it taken away by Haralambos, and Jonathan Rico Contreras will send it towards the far side. Up at the top of the box, Her kind of went back on his heels a little bit, and I think that messed him up. And sending it to the far side, the Tigers will take it over once again. Orndane. Orndane has been the center of the attention the last couple of games. The games that the Tigers have won have all come off the foot of Orndane. Angel Reyes gives it to Rico Contreras. Contreras, a good job by Haralambos to stay with it and keeps the possession alive for the Tigers. Tigers will go and shift it to the far side. Rappaport right in the midfield will give it to Anthony Orndane, who will get it to the Jose Angel Reyes into the middle. Shot deflected. Jonathan Rico Contreras, and then knocked away. And a big tackle by Bilter will get the Tigers a corner kick. Ryan Herr will do the corner kick. Jonathan Rico Contreras running inside. Will tap it back to her. Her will send it deep. Headed around. That's just over the goal. It was headed by Jose Angel Reyes and went just too high and over. '29th minute, no score. 7 shots have now accrued for the Tigers. For the Aggies, they only have 2 at the moment. Both goalkeepers have 1 save apiece. Aggies with the possession into Tiger territory towards the far side. Arston, one-on-one. Deeks right, goes left. Off into towards the box and headed away by the Tigers corner kick up coming for the Aggies. On the far side, looks like it's going to be Max Arfston that will do the corner kick for the Aggies. A line drive went right off of a Tiger. Amora Kamasasanuki will be coming in for the Tigers, better known as Mo. Graff will dribble it up to midfield. We'll back it off and give it to Rappaport. And shift the offense to the near side near CJ. CJ puts his hand up, kind of settles himself down, and also was to let him know that we've kind of more of the confidence side of things, that this is going to be okay. Let's just go ahead and shift things around. Brua will dribble it forward, give it off to Roque. Roque will spin around to his left, off towards the near side is Jose Angel Reyes. If he can stay with it, he might be all right. He stays with it, has it. We'll give it to Silos. Silos will loft it, headed, and just to the far right, but a Lapsley once again was I guess the coaching staff is upset about some language that was addressed towards the referee staff. I didn't catch any of it, but free kick upcoming. It'll be Lapsley will send it really deep in towards Tiger territory, headed by Graff for the Tigers. Push forward by the Aggies on the near side. Going to be Arfston. Arfston 1v1 against Silos. Silos will get it sent off into the box, cross into the box. Schermacher was waiting for it, did not get it. It will be John Enrico Contreras. Sending it forward. Headed in by the Aggies. Once again, Arfston on the near side. That's going to be out. Last touched by Arfston. It'll be a throw-in upcoming for the Tigers. Substitute coming in.
Number 11, Mo Kamisasanuki.
So it'll be Mo. Didn't see who he was replacing, but I believe he was. I'll double check on who he replaced. I didn't see anybody come off the field. But He's currently with it. Silos will send it deep. Anthony Orndane. Orndane. Another knockdown. Roque has taken a couple of big hits. And Freddie Graff just knocked down an Aggie, and it'll be a free kick upcoming. Freddie Graff having getting in a conversation with the middle referee, Devlin Creighton. Free kick right at midfield. Brua, a good job that will actually send it deep back towards the Aggies territory. Aggies will retain the possession. Aggies once again sending it deep. Rappaport heads it into the middle. Brua will just send it towards the far side and get it towards Via Padua. Diego tried to get it towards her. There's going to be a foul called on her. And now the foul will be assessed. So free kick upcoming for the Aggies. Check to see. Could be. Towards the far side. A fake long pass actually goes to the near side, and that's over toward across the box. Lifted into the air. And a good job by Bondre. This is Robert Mejia that had the looping shot attempt. Bondre played it well, just kept on backpedaling. Brua will get it into the middle. Silos towards the Rappaport. Rappaport tried to send it. Actually, we'll get it towards Jose Angel Reyes. Reyes will go inside. And towards Roque. Roque with a little head of steam. Across the box. Still taps around, goes to Silos. Silos to Mo. Mo back it off and give it to Silos and kind of slow things down just a little bit. To Graff. Graff had to try to get it inside to Orndane. Orndane had it taken away, and now the Aggies will apply the pressure on the far side. And Schermacher. That went down, a foul on the Tigers. Tariq Branch will come in for the Tigers the next opportunity. 37th minute, no score. 8 shots, 2 saves, 2 corner kicks for the Tigers. 3 shots, 1 save, 2 corner kicks for the Aggies. Over the far side go the Aggies. Aggies going from right to left. Now sending it deep. Over towards Bilter. Bilter into the box. Headed away by Brua. Shot wide left. So Branch comes in, and Anthony Orndane will come out, excuse me. Branch, a senior from Gardena, California.
More pressure on the ball here. More pressure on the ball here to limit service. Well done, Anthony.
So Anthony will probably just come out for the rest of this half, and then we'll see him probably play a big portion of the second half, if not all of it.
Too early. There's no pressure on the ball.
Graff will send it and shift the Tigers' offense towards the far side with Rappaport. Back inside, a little give and go between Graff and Rappaport. Rappaport will back it out, give it to CJ. CJ has Silos with an option. We'll give it back to Rappaport. Rappaport will dribble it right in the middle. Give it to Branch, who just checked in. On the far side goes Roque. Roque, shot, goal! Roque with the goal for the Tigers. It's 1-0 in the 38th minute. So Branch will get the assist in the 38th minute.
Hey, sub. Diego Cooper for Diego.
And it's hard to not miss Roque with the green shoes.
Diego. Hey.
I want to jot my note real quick.
Come on, focus your mind. Focus your mind.
Pacific
They're going to give a kind of a double assist. They're going to give it to
the season scored by number 24, Derek Roque.
Tariq Branch will get the assist as well as Emery Rappaport. For Roque, that's his first career goal as a Tiger and his first goal of the season. So Tigers, we'll see how they'll change things up. Rappaport will get it towards CJ. CJ will dribble it forward, give it to Graff. Graff in the middle. Back it out as he was applying the pressure by the Aggies. That was actually Jacob Rudolph, I believe, who's checked into the game. Mo gets it in towards Roque. Roque almost had another opportunity there. Good job by the Aggies to keep it away from him. Cooper Riley also now in the game for the Tigers. Off in the top of the box. Aggies with the shot. Headed away by Brua.
Derek, fall back. Derek, fall back.
Bilter had it deflected. Tigers will back it off and actually take over with Mo. Mo towards the far side. Tigers will slow it down and then back it off towards Rappaport, and will try and shift their offense towards the near side at the moment.
Get behind him, Ryan.
Little three-man backfield with Silos joining Rappaport and Brua.
Patient.
Silos down to Brua. Brua on the near side. Right about the 40.
Sometimes go that way too. Set inside, Brady.
Silos will dribble it forward. Now he'll send it deep. Playing it is Diego Villapadua. Knocked out of bounds. Will be a throw in by the Tigers. 41st minute, 1-0 our score. Tigers with 9 shots. One has found the back of the net. CJ misplayed that.
Come help him.
And now a lot of pressure being applied by Jacob Rudolph. We'll get it towards the near side and will go out of bounds. Bondre. It'll be Bilter that'll throw it in. Bilter throws it in and headed by Arston, but it actually goes too far out of bounds. It'll be a throw in by Jose Angel Reyes.
Relax.
Reyes will throw it towards CJ. CJ will cross it over towards the far side with Rappaport. Rappaport will goes into, looks like it was going to be Diego. Silos taps it forward and will back it off. CJ will dribble it forward. He had a little bit of room, gives it back to Silos. Silos right about the 40 on Tiger territory will Give it back to Rappaport. Rappaport will take a little bit of space and try and get right at midfield. On the near side, Jose Angel Reyes has a little bit of space. Gives it to Reek Branch. Branch will tap it to Mo. Mo will get it towards the far side. That's Jose Angel Reyes now. Cross into the box. Roque deflected. Tariq Branch shot. Lifted, and that's knocked away. Good job right at Lapsley, and I think he was unexpectedly used that as defense. He basically had nothing but an option to just defensively put his hands up. Tariq Branch did that with that shot. So Silos will take the corner kick over towards the far side. 43rd minute, 1-0 our score. 2 shots have been assessed with the Tigers. Now they're at 11. Little dribbler near Silos. Silos will now send it towards the box. Headed around. This time we'll tap back. Roque taking another little bit of opportunity at it. Aggies kind of wind up with it. Jose Angel Reyes almost had it once again. And it'll go all the way towards Rappaport, who will send it high in the air back into the Aggie territory. Headed forward by the Aggies, and once again headed by Schermacher. Settled at the feet of Branch. Herr will get it. Receive a pass, and we'll just send it over towards Cooper Riley. Riley to Herr. Herr will go left towards the box. And a good tackle by the Aggies. Last touch by Herr, and it'll be a goal kick upcoming by Lapsley. Lapsley taking a lot of actual time on this one. He actually took about 20 seconds just to finally get that one away. Roque will head it forward just for a moment, settled at the feet of Graff. Graff will turn around and push it to the far side. No one there. It will be a throw-in upcoming for the Aggies.
1 minute remaining.
We have a minute left in the first half. That was another one that was just taking a lot of time by the Aggies. That was 12 seconds just for the throw-in. The Aggies have had possession for a little bit of time. Referee's going to clear things up over towards the far side, and we'll get it in for the Aggies. Bilter will get it to Arfston. Arfston on the near side. Jose Angel Reyes, good job with him. He's going to actually knock it away. It'll be a corner kick upcoming with just at 15 seconds remaining. Aggies will do it. We'll have the corner kick. 10 seconds. And that is sent deep across the box. Headed, knocked around.
4, 3, 2.
And that will end the half with a little bit of a scrum right there in the middle. But at halftime, the Tigers take the 1-0 lead, and that was off of the right foot of Derek Roque getting his first goal as a Tiger. That came in the 38th minute. Tariq Branch and Emery Rappaport all with the assist. For the Tigers, or excuse me, for the Aggies, we'll just start with them. 5 shots, 2 saves, and 3 corner kicks, while the Tigers at 11 shots, 2 saves, and 3 corner kicks. So we'll step aside and take the break. Tigers lead this one 1-0 over the Aggies here in the first half on the W.TV.
The University of the Pacific is a comprehensive university that integrates liberal arts and professional education, serving approximately 6,000 students on campuses in Stockton, Sacramento, and San Francisco. Our goal is to provide a superior student-centered learning experience in order to prepare our students to become leaders in their communities. Because we believe that diversity, equity, and inclusion are essential to the fulfillment of our institutional mission, we seek to recruit and retain diverse faculty who share our commitment to excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service.
Founded in 1851, the University of the Pacific is California's first chartered institution of higher education. The Sacramento campus houses the McGeorge School of Law, and also offers programs in public administration, public policy, education, and physician assistant studies. San Francisco, which houses the Arthur A. Degoni Dental School and graduate programs in audiology, data science, and food studies. Stockton is home to our undergraduate liberal arts college, the graduate program, and schools of education, engineering, business, international studies, music, pharmacy, and health sciences. Stockton was recently recognized as an All-American city and is one of the most integrated and diverse cities in the U.S. All undergraduates must complete one diversity course as a key curricular component of Pacific's commitment to diversity and inclusive excellence. Faculty engage in teaching, research, service, providing students with experiential learning opportunities such as undergraduate research. The University of the Pacific offers over 80 majors and programs of study. The Pacific community is a place where all are welcome, and diversity is celebrated and recognized.
Here at the University of the Pacific, all members of our community, students, staff, and faculty, are valued and respected. Therefore, I'd like to welcome you to join us in our ongoing collaborative efforts to sustain and advance the inclusive excellence of our campus. Thank you.
Chose UOP because of the small classroom sizes. I love the idea of the professors, the old slogan, they know who you are, they know your name, and it's more of a friendly, more relaxed atmosphere.
I've loved all the different people that I've been able to meet, people from different backgrounds, from different areas, different countries, definitely come from all over, and that's even going to influence like where you go to eat on a Friday night or whatever. So like all the different food choices, and then Stockton provides a lot of opportunities for you to go and try new things.
I think Stockton has a very small community feel, and I think that translates over to UOP, how we have a small family environment here.
Also at Rebel Point, that's where they hold lots of festivals out there. This year they had the fireworks over there for 4th of July, and it was really nice to go over there and see the city come together and hang out.
I can't imagine being anywhere else.
I think Stockton has a really bright future because of its people, because of the people that care. Something I learned about Stockton is that there are a lot of hidden gems around the city, and you really have to get out there and just put yourself out there and just explore a little with your friends.
Especially going to UOP, every single year you kind of get more and more of a sense of the city that you live in. It's kind of excessively friendly with the people that I've actually stopped to like talk to and have interactions with. It's really friendly, and there are a lot of people just kind of hidden amongst the ranks that really want to make the city a better place, which I think is actually pretty unique.
I think it's a very personal decision where you decide to go to college and spend those 4 years of your life. At Pacific, you'll get a great education, but you'll also have a really good time. You'll be a part of a really strong and thriving community.
ultimate goal would be a financial representative for athletes. I think business school has really accelerated my growth as a person. It's really pushed me to places I've never thought I'd go. It challenged me in ways, and then just being the student athlete part made me be something that I didn't think I could be. You know, it made me be someone who needs to be really organized, needs to be on top of my stuff. I can't just take a week off. Being a student athlete and being a double major has just made me challenge myself.
Can't continue to express how excited I am to be here at the University of San Francisco as the new men's soccer head coach. I'm a competitor. I want to win. I don't want to wait for that. My goals and expectations are to compete for a WCC championship right away.
He's brought in a whole new type of style, very relentless in the attack, but also secure at the back. So I think it's going to be something a little different than last year where we conceded too many goals.
Last year was last year. I mean, it was a pretty special year, obviously, but it's done. And the guys know that. And so this year's a completely different year. We know we have a target on our back, and that's a good place to be. We embrace that. That's where we want to be every year.
I think the expectation has to be that we need to try to work to win that national championship and make this program one of those pinnacle organizations across America.
Obviously, I'm brand new to the program, to the university. Very familiar with all the success that's been built here in the last 3 years. Last year, I think, was a successful year to get to the NCAA tournament for the third year running, to get out of the first round. And there's a lot to build on. There's a lot to be excited about.
We deliberately scheduled a very challenging non-conference schedule, both at home and on the road, and playing some of the top teams in the country to prepare us for the rigors of the WCC, which we know last year the WCC was a top league in the West Coast.
We lost some key guys last year. We had a good squad, had a good run. But this year, I think it is no change. The mentality's still very high up. The squad this year is looking really good, and we all have confidence.
At this moment, in Stockton, Sacramento, and San Francisco, a University of the Pacific student has made a decision to learn, live, and lead with purpose in mind. Here, it's all about moments that change lives, families, communities, economies, the world. At University of the Pacific, these moments give life purpose. They give us purpose too. After all, we share one future. Join us, University of the Pacific.
back here at Knowles Field, the pitch and the site for the featured matchup between the UC Davis Aggies and the University of Pacific Tigers. Tigers lead 1-0. That was scored on the 38th minute. Derek Roque scored right at the top of the box with the assist by Tariq Branch and Emery Rappaport. And that is where our score stays. It's 1-0. Tigers with 11 shots, 2 saves, 3 corner kicks, while the Aggies have 5 shots, 2 saves, and 3 corner kicks. Aggies will have the initial possession. They'll kick off to start things off here in the second half. Give you as many players that are currently on the field for both squads. Right here in front of me is Max Glasser, as well as Marte Fornico. Fornico actually just heads it backwards towards Tariq Branch. The Tigers' Ethan Bondre will scoop it up. It'll be Charles Brua, Brady Graff, Andreas Harlambos, Silos, along with Emery Rappaport, Cooper Riley. Aggies with it, trying to clear it out. It'll be Cooper Riley along with Mo Kamasasanuki, Derek Roque, Tariq Branch, Ryan Herr in for the Tigers. Tigers going from right to left, wearing the orange jerseys, black shorts, Pacific across their back, and numbers on in the center of their back, all in black with white trim. They also have their number in the front around their left pectoral. Ill-advised pass on the left side. It'll be offsides. Charles Brua, and it'll be offsides, and there's going to be a stoppage of the clock. Charles Brua kind of gets up a little slow. CJ tried to put a little bit of pressure and tried to make a pass that was going to be went right to an Aggie defender, and Aggies were just called offsides. Roque gives it off to the far side to Mo. Mo off to Jose Angel Reyes. Will back it off and down once again. Charles Brua is not right. He's actually down to one knee, and then they're going to go ahead and slow things down. Brua is down to a knee. Trying to catch the rest of the Aggies that are currently on the field. Stoppage of the play, and as time will stop here at the 47th minute, 46:35 to be exact. Roque's been a defensive mainstay the last couple of years. Between him and Walter Verstraeten, who graduated last year. The last 3 years, that defensive front has been solidified, and Brua has been the go-to now. Be curious to see how they'll play it with Brua down, walking under his own power, but with the assist by the training staff. Tigers interim certified athletic trainer Josh Edwards, and it'll be Oliver Tate that will come in for the Tigers. Tate, a senior from Leeds, England, getting his first action, so he'll have to warm up fast and play. Have to be a big-time communicator as far as he's going to be the
Dwayne, give us the ball back. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
I think there was a little bit of gamesmanship between head coach Adam Reeves and UC Davis coach Dwayne Schaefer. Tigers felt that they should have gotten the ball back, and Schaefer, didn't don't think, realized that the Tigers should have gotten the ball back, and it finally, Aggies sent it back deep. Brady Graff, nice defensive move, and it'll actually be the Aggies still with possession. A nice jump over a tackling Tiger was Rudolph. Headed in the air was Cooper Riley, and it'll be a foul on the Aggies. Trying to look to see if Tariq Branch is, he's still being looked at. I believe it was his right ankle. Cooper Riley has shifted over more towards the backfield, and now it'll get up towards Tariq Branch. Branch on the near side. Looking for it is going to be Mo. Mo tried to get it to Graff. Graff was overplayed it, and he was kicked hard. And he went down hard, I should say, and Aggies still kept on continuing onto the near side. Is Rudolph. Rudolph, one-on-one versus Mo. Continue the pressure. A 2v1. Tariq Branch is still going. Aggies wanted to say it was out of bounds. Tariq kept on going. Play resumes. Ryan Hurd will get it to the far side. That's Jose Angel Reyes. Diego Villapadua will check in. Mo off in the middle of the box. Jose Angel Reyes will squirt over to the far side. Back it off. Graff continues the possession for the Tigers. Cooper Riley will get it off to Silos. Silos will spin around. We'll get it over towards the far side for the Tigers. Over towards Mo. That's Her towards Branch. Branch will heel it down. Try to get it over towards the box, and it'll actually go too far back. I think that he misplayed it off his foot, and it'll be Diego Villapadua will check in for the Tigers. He'll come in for Tariq Branch. Diego, a junior from Stockton. Went to the Ben Holt Academy. Sending it deep goes the Aggies. Mickelson will head it backwards actually and try and get one of his teammates. Wind up go to Glasser. Glasser will tear down the far side. Will cut in across the box, headed away by the Tigers. Mo was fouled. So it'll be a free kick upcoming for the Tigers. Little deke by Rappaport. Over towards Tate. Back to Rappaport, Silos. Now get a Graff. Graff right in the middle, back to Graff. Graff could have gotten it to Mo, decides to give it to Cooper Riley. Riley will get it over towards Diego. Aggies will box out and will actually get it to Lapsley. Lapsley will get it to the far side. Near Bilter. Bilter pushes it forward, right to the middle. Over towards Arfston. Arfston backs it off. We'll get it to Schermacher. An upset. Jacob Rudolph was expecting a pass. Didn't get it. Sent it deep. Still with the Aggies' possession. They get it right towards midfield. We'll back it off and we'll shift their offense. Get it to Schermacher on the near side. Pressure by Ryan Hurd will get it off to the middle, and then sending it deep is Glasser. Too far, and it'll be a goal kick coming for the Tigers. Tigers will get it to Cooper. Cooper's mentioned before, the brother of Cam Riley. Cam was a captain for the team last season for the Tigers in his senior year. Helped the team reach the second round of the NCAA tournament for the third straight season. Last year did Cam Riley, so Cooper with somewhat big shoes to fill. Cam's enjoying his success. He's off playing professionally. I'm sure he's probably also either one going to catch the replay of this or currently tuning in. I know his family already is probably tuned in. 54th minute, Tigers lead 1-0. Lapsley applied the pressure, was Roque. Roque was applying the pressure. Long outlet pass, and here's Cooper Riley. Cooper goes down, goes out of bounds. Throwing upcoming for the Tigers. A good job by Cooper. Was able to box out and get the tables turned to throw in by Cooper. Kind of gets up a little slow. Rappaport will send it off to the middle to Mo. Mo will get it to the far side to, excuse me, it'll go to Tate. Tate will try to get it a pass over towards Roque. It was too far. Aggies will take over, and it'll be out of bounds. A throw in upcoming for the Aggies. Schermacher as well as Rudolph on the near side. Rudolph matched up by her. Will go into Glasser. Glasser back to Rudolph. Across the box. Shot. Save. Shot. Off the post. Shot. That one will go too high. So a save by Bondre. Then an unfortunate turn of events for the Aggies as that one went off the post, and then a shot, I believe that was by Fornico. The last shot went way high and begging. And this game still remains the same at 1-0. Diego Villapadua was tearing down the near side and wanted to receive a pass. He might have been offsides if he would have got it. This one does go towards Diego, and now try to get it to Roque. Roque was boxed out, and it'll go over towards the Aggies. Anthony Orendane will check in at the next change. He'll come in for Cooper Riley. So I'm surprised Anthony Orendane actually was not in pretty much right to start the half, as that is deflected, knocked out of bounds. And here comes Anthony Orendane right now, the senior most noted for the last couple of wins for the Tigers, but also he was the lone goal in that first round of the NCAA tournament last year in that 1-0 victory over UC Riverside. That's headed forward by Hopt, and then it will be taken over by the Tigers, Jose Angel Reyes. Over towards Graff. Graff look for her. He winds up getting it to her. Her will send it towards Orendane. Orendane was knocked down, cleared out by the goalkeeper, Lapsley. Diego Villapadua keeps the dribble alive, goes and gets it up to Silos. Silos will back it off and get it to Tate. See the change in the Aggies' pressure after Tate comes in. Brua was able to control it, but they want to see what the fresh legs of Tate can do. Mo gets the possession. He's over towards the midfield on the Aggie side. Lost it. Tried to head it backwards was Orendane. Jose Angel Reyes had it settled at his feet before it was taken away by the Aggies. Mejia tried to get it. I want to say the pass was intended for Mickelson. It was so far, I don't think anybody was really going to have an opportunity there. Coach Adam Reeves will hand it off to Diego. Pass over towards Tate. We'll get it back to Bondre, the goalkeeper for the Tigers. Bondre will send it over towards her. Settled right at his feet, but he didn't see where it went. And the Aggies will take over inside of Tiger territory, right at the circle. Derek Roque with a nice job. We'll take it over and actually get it over to Mo. Mo. Get it forward. Her. That'll be a foul on the Tigers. I believe that is I wonder if that's Schermacher that's down. And Schermacher was the athlete that replaced the injured Nabi Kibanguchi. And Kibanguchi still has yet to even really come back. I think he's might be done for the day. And down goes Schermacher. Clock will stop, and so Schermacher, the second Aggie to need assistance by a trainer. He's looked like he could have been grasping at the lower ankle of his right ankle. It's always the scary sides to this, especially towards this sport, is that the lower legs, of course, are always the focal point of this sport, but it's so looking at it, it'll actually be Waylon Shin that will come in, a redshirt freshman from Dallas. So unexpected. He's actually still having to. He's taken off a couple of chains. I think he had a gold necklace. I think he's going to. And then, well, they're going to actually see. Schermacher says that he's going to go ahead and play. So he came in and. Diego Villapadua was right above us, and a good job by Jonathan Rico Contreras with the nice little looping catch. Jonathan Roque was hit hard. Schermacher, who just re-entered off of seems to be doing okay, and he gave a hard tackle to Roque, and Jonathan Rico Contreras just entered right here in front of us. He's gonna keep coming in here in just a moment. He's an entertainer. He's gonna be coming in for Brady Graff. He's gonna be a foul. Foul on, I believe that was her once again. I'm going to say a yellow card was issued.
Yellow card issued to number 24, Derek Roque.
Actually, the Derek Roque is going to be. So Roque with the yellow card. Play resumes, and the Aggies on the far side, and it looked like Glasser was trying to tear down the the near side. A chest high pass just missed. Roque with it. Try to give it to Orndane. Orndane winds up with it, gives it to her. Her dribbles inside, was held, but he actually continues with the possession and sends it deep to the far side. Jose Angel Reyes on the far side. Could only have mentioned Jonathan Rico Contreras here, sitting here in front of us. He's definitely an entertaining and fun individual to be around. I can only imagine with him and Walter Verstraeten kind of conversations they would have had, because Walter is also a fun guy to be around too. Got it sent deep, but it was really high in the air. Roque tangled up. Also coming in for the Tigers is going to be Luis Etienne Zanza. Zanza from France. And of course, Jonathan Rico Contreras. France was from Half Moon Bay. He's the redshirt senior. Great to see him in here. Derek Roque also coming out for the Tigers. And Coach Adam Reeves already kind of telling him just a few minutes and we're going to get you back in. There's Rappaport. And then on the far side, Jose Angel Reyes will want to push the tempo forward. Was looking for a teammate and actually had it taken away. It looked like he was trying to get to Mo. Anthony Orndane is actually up in the front, and in the middle is actually Zanza. Zanza has actually moved into Roque's position, where Roque vacated. Across the box has it settled at the feet, and actually Herr will take it over, as it was Rudolph had it right at his feet for a moment. Herr thought Zanza was further up, and so he booted one down the line and actually had it hooking inside. Zanza was pretty much right next to him in comparison to how hard he kicked that one down to the field of play. Foul on Herr. So it'll be the Aggies with the three-man backfield. Velasquez will send it over towards the far side, off towards the box. It'll be Tate. A little bit of a dangerous box out, and it'll be a goal kick upcoming for Ethan Bondre. Just getting the 64th minute, 1-0 our score. That was so far deep. Head coach Adam Reeves was actually wanting Bondre to direct it towards the near side of the field, expressing his frustration. 64th minute, 1-0 our score. Tigers with 11 shots. Aggies with 8 shots. Four of which have been basically on goal, but 2 saves by the Tigers. Settled at the feet of Anthony Orndane. Rappaport will push it inside and get it to Silos. Yellow card going to be issued. And now things are getting a little chippy. Checking what's going on. I think, but I can't guarantee. It looks like that Fornico might have gotten issued a yellow as well as Silos. double check here. I want to believe that it was. So I want to. We'll get clarification on who the yellow cards were on. Tigers will get the possession after the yellow card. Tariq Branch will check in. Jonathan Rico Contreras will send it back deep towards the far side to Jose Angel Reyes. Tried to get it over towards the middle of the field. So Tariq Branch will come in for Anthony Orndane. And for the Aggies, Ryan Dieter will come in place of Glasser. And Branch replaces Anthony Orndane. UC Davis will have a couple of Davis's substitutions. And also coming in for the Aggies, Connor Tipton. As well is Wumi Aladetimi. So things got to settle down here just a little bit. 66 minute, 1-0 our score. Tigers lead.
Yellow cards issued to number 6 for Pacific, Andre Harlambos, and number 15 for UC Davis, Marte Formico.
So if you happen to hear the PA, it was actually going to Harlambos. So the yellow card was issued, as well as Marte Fornico. This is sent over towards Tariq Branch and it actually went off the shoulder. Jonathan Rico Contreras gets it over towards Silos. Silos will push it forward towards Jose Angel Reyes. Back it off to Tate and shift the balance over towards Rappaport. Rappaport will get it to Diego. Diego to her. Her once again backing it off, gets it over towards Diego. Graff will come back in for the Tigers here. And Bondre will shift it over towards Tate onto the far side. Far side goes Jose Angel Reyes, backing it off to Silos. Silos to Zanza. Zanza right at midfield. Wants to get it over towards Tariq Branch. Branch got a little too excited, and that will go wide right. Graff will come in place of Ryan Herr. So a little more length coming in for the Tigers.
Number 4, Brady Graff.
Anthony Orndane getting stretched out near us. Looks like Charles Brewer also walking behind us. So a couple of Tigers getting a little dinged up over in the late minutes. That is cleared out by Jose Angel Reyes. Over towards the far side is Zanza. Zanza heads it backwards. Tariq Branch. Shot. Blocked by the defense for the Aggies. Rappaport faked inside. We'll go back it off and go over towards Silos right at midfield. Midfield towards Graff. Graff into the middle towards Branch. Branch back to Graff. We'll loft it high in the air towards the near side. And Jonathan Rico Contreras got hit in towards the chest, back down to Graff. Graff back towards midfield, towards Jose Angel Reyes. And we'll back it off to Tate. Diego, go inside. And it should have been a foul. foul on Jonathan Rico Contreras, and I think head coach Adam Reeves wanted him to go a little bit more inside, and that may have opened up things for Rico. Silos will loft it in towards Branch. Branch right at the knee towards top of the box, and it'll be offsides. Another player down for the Aggies. Clock will be stopped, and another trainer will come out for the Aggies. Adam Mickelson will be the next player. Looks like he's coming back in. And that might be it for Caleb Schermacher. He's second time he's been escorted off the field by the training staff. And I think I happen to hear head coach Adam Reeves may have talked to Anthony Orndane. I think he may be done for the night as well. So Mickelson will be in for the Aggies. And I believe so. I see an ice pack going around Anthony Orndane. So good day of work for Anthony Orndane, the senior for the Tigers. It'll be Lapsley that will send it deep for the Aggies. And play will resume. It's going to be headed by the Aggies a couple of times. Rappaport. And it was Diego Villapadua that tried to. Diego Villapadua was trying to keep it in play. It'll be deep in Tiger territory for a throw-in. Over towards the box. And Ethan Bondre with a great job just to keep. He was the third man in line and was able to reach up and take that one out of the air. Graff will get it to Rappaport. Rappaport will move it towards the far side and shift things towards Tate's side. Did not like what he saw. We'll go back to Bondre. Bondre to Rappaport. And a good job by Jonathan Rico Contreras. Tariq Branch with the head of steam. Shot. Goal for the Tigers! Over towards the far post, and Tariq Branch with an assist by Jonathan Rico Contreras here in the 71st minute. Puts the Tigers up in front 2-0. So Branch, the assist will go from Jonathan Rico Contreras. And they're going to give it a double assist. Once again, Emery gets the second half as a second assist. So Emery Rappaport will get 2 second assists. But Tariq Branch has been the focal point of tonight. He has an assist and a goal. So the Tigers 2-0. Headed forward by Rudolph. And that was big for the Tigers. Tariq Branch has had a little bit of frustration over the last couple of matches. He's had a couple of great opportunities, just has not found one to hit the back of the net until no more than 35 seconds ago. Sent deep by Oliver Tate. Tate towards Zanza. Zanza will head it backwards and actually has a foul on the Aggies' Marte Fornico. Correction. I think they actually changed that around. I think Zanza was called for the foul. And onto the near side go the Aggies is going to be Dieter. Dieter off to the top of the box. Right at the feet. Settled shot. Will go just high and right. I think it was more high than it was right, but it was on target. By the Aggies. That shot was last taken by Adam Mickelson. Also, Waylon Shin just subbed in for the Aggies. He just replaced Marte Fornico. Shin with it right now. A big fight between Graff and Shin. And Shin and Graff still kind of going at it. Be an interesting watch for the next less than 18 minutes. On the free kick, Adam Mickelson, the 5'11" senior, will send it right at the top of the box. Line drive shot, and it'll be actually cleared out. Good job by Tariq Branch, who gets it all the way towards midfield. Aggies still with it. Go to the far side. One-on-one, Tate. He'll go out. Last touch by the Aggies. Goal kick upcoming. Checking to see what the Aggie that comes in is going to be Dylan Wood, the senior from Wellington, New Zealand. And it's great to see CJ Charles Brua coming back in for the Tigers, stretching things out. Probably will replace Oliver Tate. And right as I said that, you might have heard him kind of right off my mic as well. He's replacing Tate, the next opportunity for the Tigers. This is down towards, headed by Graff, right at the feet of Jonathan Rico Contreras. Contreras will control. Will receive the pass from Diego Villapadua. Back to Silos. Silos back to Rico. And just sending it deep will go the Tigers defense. Tate. Yeah. So Diego will come in towards Branch. Branch tried to get it to Zanza. Still a little bit of scrum right there in the middle. It will go right to Lapsley. We're going to have a goalkeeper change as well. Derek Chan will come in for the Aggies. Nice pass, and actually a nice little flurry right there for the Aggies. It'll be Dieter that will go into to the near side. Dieter, clear it towards the box, will go well onto the other side, and will go out of bounds. So CJ will come in for Oliver Tate, and Chan will come in for Lapsley. In the 75th minute, Tigers lead 2-0.
Derek Chan. And into the game for the Tigers, number 12, Charles Brua.
Good to see Charles Brua back in. It's a little bit of an exhale from the Tigers, and head coach Adam Reeves gives a little bit of love to Tate, who came in and played some significant minutes. The defensive backfield for the Tigers, the senior from England. Roughly about a solid 15 to 20 minutes, while CJ was getting a little bit of attention on the trainer's table. Off towards the box, headed forward by Rappaport, and almost had a good pass to Branch, who had a lot of room, but went too far, and Rudolph will take over for the Tigers. Or excuse me, for the Aggies. Off to the near side. And we'll go away, and it'll be a goal kick upcoming. Ryan Herr will come back in for the Tigers. He'll be replacing Mo. And there's the right foot through for Bondre. Bondre gets it towards Zanza right at midfield, controlled by the Aggies. They'll go from the far side. And Bondre with a good diving stop as the Aggies had a big opportunity there with on the near side Adam Mickelson matching up against Diego Villapadua. Had a one-on-one, so a good job by Bondre to keep the team in check. As that he'll clear it over towards Diego, towards Branch. Branch with the chest high pass, tries to get it over towards Zanza. Zanza ducks, tried to control it. Headed by Diego, settled by the Aggies. Dieter knocked out of bounds. Last touch is shown by the by the Tigers. So Aggies will throw it in. Dieter will throw it in towards the far near side. Pass into the box. Shot blocked by the Tigers twice. Handball wanted to be called as the receiving pass by the Aggies. Tigers still retain the possession. Jose Angel Reyes will send it forward towards Zanza. Headed back by the Aggies. Mishandled, controlled by Jonathan Rico Contreras. He's out from the middle. Tried to get it over towards Tariq Branch. Off to the far side. Aggies with it. Tigers lead 2-0. Trying to cross it into the box. Cleared out by Rappaport. Graff just took a shot as he went down hard. Gets up under his own power. Continues on. Silos over towards Zanza. Zanza, matched up by two Aggies, has it taken away. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in upcoming for the Tigers. It'll be the Aggies will have Christian Hepner coming in, as well as Ryan Herr. Herr will replace Mo. Hepner actually replaces for the Aggies Wumi Aldetimi. So Mo's night will pretty much be all but done. A couple of other substitutions will come in for the Tigers. Blocked off by Graff. Graff will get it to Herr for a moment. Actually, it went too far for her, and it will go out towards Rudolph. We'll get it to the far side towards Bilter. Bilter back into the middle. Finds Hopped. Gets to Silos. Silos takes a little bit of a spill. Herr. We'll back it off, get it to Diego. Over towards Rappaport. Rappaport had it deflected. Last touched by the Aggies. And incoming for the Tigers, Kai Lang. Lang from Tokyo, Japan. First time we get to say his name. The freshman getting a little bit of, probably will play the final 9.5 minutes. Headed forward by the Aggies, headed by Graff. Graff trying to get it to Tariq Branch. Her winds up finding it. We'll get it to the far side. Tigers. Jonathan Rico Contreras shot will go just right.
The reaction is not over the top. He's out of control. You go back and you give him a yellow and you protect my player.
Looks like it was last touched by the Aggies, so it'll be a corner kick upcoming. I believe that's Ryan Herr over to the far side. So Herr, both hands in the air. Line drive has it knocked down. A little bit of a scary moment for the Aggies, and it gets cleared out by the Aggies all to the far side. Going from left to right. Aggies wearing the all-white blue sleeves. Into the middle, one-on-one. CJ, good job by CJ, or excuse me, yeah, CJ. So Herr will get it to Jonathan Rico Contreras. Lang off in the middle. Was looking to possibly get a pass. It was actually backed off to Jose Angel Reyes and Silos. Reyes get off to the middle. Jonathan Rico Contreras may have dribbled a little too much. A foul on the Tigers. It'll be a Aggies possession with a free kick in Aggie territory. 83rd minute, 2-0 our score. Tariq Branch with a nice extension, knocks it out. It's easy to say by far Branch's best game this year, but I would say that ranks pretty high in his career here at Pacific. Probably been one of his best games is tonight. With an assist and a goal as this is lifted off in towards the shot just right by the Aggies. Shot was taken by Ryan Dieter. He had a clear path. It was one-on-one, him and the goalie, and that was it. So, goal kick by Bondre. Has it finally settled at Mo's feet. Excuse me, that is not Mo, that is Lang. Lang tried to dribble it around and cleared out. Last touch by the Aggies. A throw-in upcoming by Tariq. Actually, Tariq will leave it alone. It'll be Diego that will throw it in. He'll pass it back towards the defensive line of Rappaport. Rappaport towards Silos. Silos will get it over towards Brua. CJ will clear it forward over towards the far side. A good job by the Tigers. Jose Angel Reyes, and that is flipped backwards by Lang, and it'll go out of bounds. Lang had another clear path, but that pass was a little too hot. Goal kick by Chan. Graff winds up out of all of it. He will push it forward. And that's a big collision, a foul, and Graff is down. So now the coaching staffs are kind of back and forth. Graff getting up under.
Why did you stop the clock? Luis, why did you stop the clock? Why is the clock stopped? Why is the clock stopped? No, you didn't. He's saying like this, run the clock.
Brady Graff is getting up under his own power. And I think there's a conversation. Now the clock will be stopped, and I think they're going to adjust the clock time. checking to see what, I'm going to correct the time here as well, as there's going to be a free kick on for the Tigers. This game has kind of gotten a little bit physical, I think is the best way to really kind of use the term. It looks like Her will be the one that's going to do the free kick. And they moved it to 84-31. They actually backed off some time. So 85th minute. Silos will get it to Her. And then Her over towards the far side is, or near side is Tariq Branch. Branch near the box has it cleared out by the Aggies. Last touched. And Diego will throw it in to Her. Once again cleared out. Diego will throw it in towards Her. Her one-on-one. Nice back heel kick. Had it knocked away. Last touch by the Tigers. I believe that was Her that had it last off the side of his leg. Throw in upcoming for the Aggies. Thrown in towards Chan, the goalkeeper for the Aggies. New goalkeeper came in the 74th minute. And over to the far side, the Aggies looking to put some sort of pressure on the Tigers. That was knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Tigers. Clock will be stopped. No Tiger was nearby, so they need to get someone over there. Maybe Jose Angel Reyes will throw it in. Deep throw over towards the far side into Aggie territory. It'll be Lang that will throw it in. It will get in over towards Diego. Over towards Branch. Branch will back it off to Graff. Graff to Silos. Silos to Graff. He had Jose Angel Reyes on the far side. Sends it deep over towards Tariq Branch. He'll tear down the near side and will be boxed out and knocked away. A corner kick upcoming for the Tigers. It'll be Ryan Her that will do the corner kick. Wise play by him, actually. He just started to kind of jog towards the ball. They would have stopped the clock if he didn't. So Her on the near side.
Hey, come here, balance, good.
Keep going.
Go get it.
So Her will get it to Diego. Diego will back it up to Silos. Silos will send it all the way to the far side towards Jose Angel Reyes. Chest high pass will push it forward to Rico. Rico tried to get it inside. That was Tariq Branch once again trying to still keep the impact going for the Tigers, and his impact tonight has really been felt. Tariq with a goal as well as an assist. An outlet pass was looking for Glasser. Scary shot right there, scary pass, and Tigers were able to clear it out. Was Bondre. Bondre is still trying to get a shutout for tonight. It's 2-0. And Silos will send it deep. Lang, the only Tiger out there. Cleared out by Chan. And a Tiger and an Aggie. Silos went down. And over to the far side. Coaching staff wanting to, still encouraging Tariq Branch, even though with the night he's had, still wanting him to keep pushing. And I'm sure it's energy he's expended over the last 20 minutes with the goal and the assist. He's pretty much doing everything he can to finish this one off with the last couple of minutes still ticking away. 89th minute, 2-0 our score. as he'll go ahead and go on defense as he'll face up against Dieter over towards the top of the box. Headed forward by Diego, and then it was cleared out towards Jonathan Rico Contreras. Bondre will send it deep towards the far side. Like the only one that was nearby was Jose Angel Reyes, so throw in upcoming for the Aggies. 1 minute remaining, just about to tick off. And
1 minute remaining in regulation.
the shot towards the goal post, and Bondre will just kind of lay on it. 40 seconds still remaining. So drop kick it and send it deep into the Aggies side. Backed off by the Aggies. Aggies will settle it right at the feed. Comes to the near side is Dieter. Dieter will try and pull inside. Falls down for a second. Tariq Branch still staying with him. And off to the top.
8, 7,
And crossing it around. Just lofting it in the air. Headed around.
3, 2.
And that will pretty much end it. Silos kind of ducked because I think they were going to try to last second opportunity, but that will end it for the Tigers. Will take this one, and they will move their record to 500 with a score of 2-0 over the UC Davis Aggies. Aggies will drop to 3-3 as well. And it was off of, started with the Tigers' Derek Roque. He got an assist by Tariq Branch. And then that was in the 38th minute. And in the 71st minute, Tariq Branch scored his first goal of the season. He wound up getting an assist by Jonathan Rico Contreras. And that will end it for the Tigers. So once again, the Tigers will move to 3-3 on the season. And the Aggies will move to 3-3 as well. Tigers will move on the road. They actually go to Sacramento State before returning home. That game is on Sunday, September 22nd. That's a 4 p.m. game. They will try and move above 500. Want to thank Rebecca Sharman and her entire, she's the SID for University of Pacific Men's Soccer, and her entire table crew. They did a fantastic job as usual. Michael January is the video coordinator and director. Want to thank him and his entire crew as well. So for myself, I'm Jeff Domick. Want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Tigers win this one by a score of 2-0, and this was on the West Coast Conference, the WCC Network. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Goodbye.